In the United States Armed Forces, achieving the rank of 5-star general is an exceptional honor. It represents the pinnacle of military leadership, strategic brilliance, and unwavering service to the nation. This prestigious rank is reserved for only the most extraordinary military minds who have demonstrated unparalleled leadership and have shaped the course of history through their actions. The 5-star rank was created during World War II to recognize the extraordinary contributions of senior military leaders. The first 5-star generals were appointed in 1944, recognizing their pivotal roles in leading the Allied forces to victory in World War II. Among these legendary figures were George Washington, John J. Pershing, George Marshall, Douglas MacArthur, Dwight D Eisenhower, Henry H Arnold, Omar Bradley, William D Ley, Ernest King, and Chester W Nimitz. Each of these men played a critical role in shaping the strategic landscape of the war, leading massive military operations, and ultimately securing victory for the Allied cause. These generals are entrusted with the highest levels of military authority and are expected to provide strategic guidance, oversee complex military operations, and serve as advisors to the President and the National Command Authority. Their decisions have far-reaching consequences, impacting not only the military but also the political and diplomatic landscape of the nation. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos and support our online store from the description below. Let's begin our journey. George Washington, known as the father of his country, was a pivotal figure in American history, renowned for his leadership in both military and political spheres. Early life. George Washington, born in February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia. He grew up on the family plantation, and his experiences in the colonial frontier and the Virginia gentry provided him with the background that would later influence his military and political leadership. George Washington's early military experience came during the French and Indian War from 1754 to 1763, where he served as a lieutenant colonel in the Virginia militia. He gained valuable experience but also faced challenges and defeats, such as the surrender at Fort Necessity.
In June 1775, American Revolutionary War. George Washington led the Continental Army from 1775 to 1781 during the American Revolutionary War, guiding the colonies to independence. Appointed Commander-in-Chief by the Second Continental Congress, he faced numerous challenges, including inadequate supplies and training. Washington's strategic acumen was evident in victories such as the surprise attack at Trenton and the decisive siege of Yorktown, where British General Cornwallis's surrender marked the war's turning point. Despite harsh winters and setbacks, Washington's leadership kept the Army cohesive and determined, exemplifying resilience and strategic foresight. His leadership was instrumental in achieving American independence and establishing the new nation. Washington's strategic acumen was evident in victories such as the surprise attack at Trenton and the decisive siege of Yorktown, where British General Cornwallis's surrender marked the war's turning point. Despite harsh winters and setbacks, Washington's leadership kept the Army cohesive and determined, exemplifying resilience and strategic foresight. His leadership was instrumental in achieving American independence and establishing the new nation.
Post-war contributions. In December 1783, George Washington resigned his commission as Commander-in-Chief, an act that established a precedent for civilian control of the military and enhanced his reputation for integrity and republicanism. George Washington, the first U.S. president from 1789 to 1797, established key precedents for the office, including a 2-term limit and a focus on national unity. He navigated early challenges like setting up the new government, managing foreign relations, and ensuring stability, leaving a lasting legacy of leadership and integrity. George Washington's military leadership as Commander-in-Chief during the Revolutionary War was marked by strategic brilliance and resilience. He led the Continental Army through harsh conditions, secured key victories like Yorktown, and maintained troop morale, ultimately achieving American independence and setting high standards for future military leadership.
After his presidency, George Washington retired to Mount Vernon, focusing on managing his estate and supporting public causes. He remained influential but largely out of the public eye. Washington passed away on December 14, 1799, leaving behind a legacy of leadership and patriotism that profoundly shaped the new nation. George Washington is honored with numerous memorials, including the iconic Washington Monument in D.C. and his likeness on the U.S. dollar bill. His legacy is celebrated through various monuments, historical sites, and institutions named in his honor, reflecting his central role in founding and shaping the United States. George Washington was posthumously appointed General of the Armies of the United States in 1976, the highest military rank. This honor recognized his unparalleled leadership during the Revolutionary War and ensured his precedence over all future military officers, solidifying his legacy as a supreme leader in U.S. military history. George Washington's leadership, both military and political, was instrumental in the creation and early stability of the United States, making him a towering figure in the nation's history.
John J. Pershing was born in Missouri in 1860. Pershing graduated from West Point in 1882. His early career was marked by service in the Indian Wars, where he earned a reputation for bravery and leadership. John J. Pershing's pre-World War I military career was marked by significant contributions in various conflicts and roles that showcased his leadership and strategic abilities.
Indian Wars, served in campaigns against Native American tribes in the American West, gaining early combat experience. Spanish-American War, fought in Cuba as a first lieutenant and later as a captain, earning distinction for his leadership in battles like San Juan Hill. Philippine-American War, commanded troops in the Philippines, demonstrating exceptional leadership and tactical skills in counterinsurgency operations. Mexican expedition in 1916, led the punitive expedition against Pancho Villa, showcasing his ability to manage complex logistics and operations in difficult terrain. Promotions and recognition, gained a reputation for bravery and tactical acumen, which led to his promotion to Brigadier General by 1906 and established him as a leading military figure.
In 1917, John J. Pershing was appointed commander of the American Expeditionary Forces in Europe. Faced the challenge of transforming a small peacetime army into a powerful, independent fighting force. Insisted on keeping U.S. forces independent rather than integrating them with French and British units. Cantigny, in 1918, led the first major American offensive, proving the effectiveness of U.S. troops. St. Mihiel offensive in 1918 successfully directed American forces in reducing the St. Mihiel salient. Meuse-Argonne offensive in 1918 oversaw the largest and bloodiest operation of World War I for the American Expeditionary Forces, significantly contributing to the defeat of Germany.
After the war, Pershing was promoted to General of the Armies of the United States, a rank only previously held by George Washington. This is the highest possible rank in the U.S. Army, ensuring his precedence over all other officers. Post-war contributions. Pershing played a significant role in shaping the post-war U.S. military, advocating for a strong, well-prepared army. He served as Chief of Staff of the United States Army from 1921 to 1924. John J. Pershing's leadership during World War I was instrumental in shaping the success of the AEF and ensuring the effective participation of the United States in the Allied victory, leaving a lasting impact on U.S. military history.
George C. Marshall was born in Pennsylvania in 1880. Marshall graduated from the Virginia Military Institute in 1901. He began his military career in the Philippines, where he gained valuable experience in combat and leadership. Marshall's exceptional abilities quickly became apparent, and he rose through the ranks with distinction. George Marshall's early military career was marked by significant contributions in combat, strategic planning, and military education, laying the foundation for his later success as a senior military leader during World War II.
George Marshall's achievements spanned both World Wars and his post-war efforts. In World War I, he played a key role in planning the St. Mihiel and Meuse-Argonne offensives, demonstrating strategic brilliance. During World War II, as Chief of Staff of the Army from 1939 to 1945, he oversaw the massive expansion and modernization of the U.S. Army, transforming it into a formidable force of over 8 million soldiers. He was instrumental in planning major operations, including D-Day, and advocated for the Lend-Lease program, which bolstered Allied forces.
After the war, as Secretary of State, he formulated the Marshall Plan, providing crucial economic aid to rebuild Europe, earning him the Nobel Peace Prize in 1953. Marshall's leadership, strategic vision, and contributions to military and global stability cemented his legacy as one of the most influential figures in American history. Douglas MacArthur, born on January 26, 1880, in Little Rock, Arkansas, had a distinguished military career that spanned over 5 decades. A 1903 graduate of the United States Military Academy at West Point, MacArthur quickly rose through the ranks due to his exceptional leadership and tactical skills. During World War I, he served with distinction in the 42nd Rainbow Division, earning numerous commendations for his bravery and leadership on the Western Front. In the interwar period, MacArthur held various significant positions, including Superintendent of West Point, where he implemented key reforms. In 1930, he became the Army Chief of Staff, focusing on modernization and preparedness. During World War II, MacArthur played a crucial role in the Pacific Theater. After being forced to leave the Philippines in 1942, he famously vowed, "I shall return," and kept his promise in 1944, leading a successful campaign to liberate the Philippines. His strategic acumen was instrumental in the Allied victories in the Pacific. MacArthur accepted Japan's surrender on September 2, 1945, on the USS Missouri. MacArthur was promoted to the rank of General of the Army on December 18, 1944, one of only 5 U.S. Army officers to achieve this 5-star rank. Post-war, he led the occupation and reconstruction of Japan, implementing significant political and economic reforms. His career concluded during the Korean War, where his command decisions were both praised and controversial, leading to his relief by President Truman in 1951. MacArthur's legacy is marked by his strategic brilliance and enduring impact on military and post-war policies. He passed away on April 5, 1964. Dwight D Eisenhower was born on October 14, 1890, in Denison, Texas, and grew up in Abilene, Kansas. He graduated from the United States Military Academy at West Point in 1915. During World War I, Eisenhower trained tank crews and honed his organizational and leadership skills, although he did not see combat. In the interwar period, he held various assignments, including serving as an aide to General John J. Pershing and working under General Douglas MacArthur in the Philippines. These roles expanded his strategic and logistical expertise. His early career was characterized by a series of important staff and training positions that prepared him for the significant leadership roles he would later assume during World War II. His ability to manage complex operations and his strategic acumen became evident, setting the stage for his rapid rise during the war.
Dwight D Eisenhower was promoted to Brigadier General in September 1941 and to 5-star General of the Army in December 1944. His achievements are monumental, particularly during World War II. As Supreme Commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force in Europe, Eisenhower orchestrated Operation Overlord D-Day, the successful invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944, which was pivotal in liberating Western Europe from Nazi control. He also oversaw subsequent campaigns that led to the defeat of Germany.
Post-war, Eisenhower served as Army Chief of Staff, helped establish NATO, and later became the 34th President of the United States from 1953 to 1961. As president, he promoted peace and economic stability, oversaw the end of the Korean War, and initiated significant infrastructure projects like the interstate highway system. Eisenhower's leadership in both military and political spheres left a lasting legacy on American and global history.
Henry H. Arnold, born on June 25, 1886, in Gladwin, Pennsylvania, graduated from West Point in 1907. Initially serving as an infantry officer, he became a pioneer in aviation, training with the Wright brothers and becoming one of the early military pilots. Arnold's early military career saw him play a crucial role in developing aviation within the Army. During World War I, he commanded several air units and was instrumental in organizing and training U.S. pilots. Promoted to Brigadier General in 1935, he championed the expansion of air power. As Chief of the Army Air Forces during World War II, he oversaw the rapid growth and modernization of the U.S. Air Forces, which was vital to the Allied victory. Arnold's leadership and vision established the Air Force as a dominant component of U.S. military strategy, earning him promotions to 5-star General of the Army in 1944 and General of the Air Force in 1949.
Henry H. Arnold died in January 15, 1950, in Sonoma, California. His career established him as a key figure in the development of modern air power, with his contributions continuing to influence military aviation and strategy long after his retirement.
Omar Nelson Bradley was born on February 12, 1893 in Clark, Missouri. He graduated from the United States Military Academy at West Point in 1915, part of the class the stars fell on, which included future generals like Dwight D Eisenhower and George S. Patton. After graduating, Bradley served in various infantry assignments. During World War I, he was stationed in the U.S. and worked primarily in administrative roles.
During World War II, he commanded the U.S. First Army, playing a pivotal role in the D-Day invasion, the North African Campaign, and the Battle of the Bulge. His strategic acumen and leadership were crucial in the successful Allied campaigns in Europe. Promoted to full general in 1943, Bradley became a 5-star General of the Army in 1950, the highest rank in the U.S. Army. Post-war, he served as Chief of Staff of the Army and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, where he helped modernize the military and address Cold War challenges.
His legacy is marked by effective leadership, significant contributions to Allied victories, and shaping post-war military policy. He died on April 8, 1981. William D. Leahy, born on May 6, 1875 in Hampton, Iowa, graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1897. His early naval career involved various ship assignments and roles, laying the foundation for his future leadership. In the interwar period, Leahy held key positions including Chief of the Bureau of Navigation and President of the Naval War College, where he advanced naval tactics and strategy. Promoted to Admiral in 1937, he became Chief of Naval Operations in 1939, overseeing the preparation and expansion of the U.S. Navy for World War II. During World War I, Leahy served as Chief of Staff to the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. Atlantic Fleet, where he played a crucial role in coordinating naval operations and logistics.
During World War II, Leahy was appointed Chief of Staff to President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1942, advising on major military strategies and coordinating with Allied leaders. His strategic insights were vital in shaping wartime policies. In December 1944, Leahy was promoted to Fleet Admiral, the highest rank in the U.S. Navy. He retired in 1949 and passed away on July 20, 1959. Leahy's contributions to naval strategy and leadership were pivotal in the success of U.S. military operations during both World Wars.
Leahy's career was marked by significant achievements in naval leadership, strategic planning, and his influential role during World War II. His legacy continues to be recognized in the history of the U.S. Navy and military strategy. Ernest J King, born on November 23, 1878 in Lorain, Ohio, graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1901. His early naval career involved various ship assignments and administrative roles. In the interwar period, King held several key positions, including Commander of the U.S. Fleet and Chief of the Bureau of Aeronautics. His advocacy for air power and fleet modernization significantly influenced U.S. naval strategy.
During World War II, King was appointed Chief of Naval Operations, CNO, in December 1941, shortly after the attack on Pearl Harbor. His leadership was crucial in orchestrating U.S. naval strategy and operations across both the Pacific and Atlantic theaters. King was instrumental in the planning and execution of major naval campaigns, including the Battle of Midway and the Allied invasion of Europe. Ernest J. King was promoted to Fleet Admiral on December 17, 1944. King became one of the highest-ranking officers in the U.S. Navy. His strategic vision and leadership were pivotal in ensuring Allied naval dominance during World War II.
Ernest J. King retired in 1945 and passed away on June 25, 1956. His legacy is marked by his significant contributions to modern naval warfare and strategy. Chester W. Nimitz, born on February 24, 1885 in Fredericksburg, Texas, graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1905. His early career included assignments in various naval ships and roles, gaining expertise in navigation and engineering. During World War I, Nimitz served as a naval aide and was involved in anti-submarine operations, although he did not see combat. In the interwar years, Nimitz held several key positions, including commander of the U.S. fleet and chief of the Bureau of Navigation. His leadership and advocacy for modernizing the Navy's capabilities, particularly in aviation and submarines, laid the groundwork for future naval strategies. During World War II, Nimitz was appointed Commander-in-Chief of the Pacific Fleet and Pacific Ocean areas in December 1941. His strategic leadership was crucial in major naval battles such as the Battle of Midway, the Battle of the Philippine Sea, and the island-hopping campaigns that contributed to the eventual defeat of Japan. Nimitz was promoted to Fleet Admiral on December 19, 1944, one of the highest ranks in the U.S. Navy. His innovative strategies and effective leadership were instrumental in securing Allied victories in the Pacific theater. Nimitz retired in 1947 and passed away on February 20, 1966. His legacy is defined by his strategic acumen and pivotal role in World War II naval operations. The five-star generals of World War II left an enduring legacy, shaping not only the outcome of the war, but also the future of the United States military. Their strategic brilliance, unwavering leadership, and commitment to victory inspired generations of military leaders. Their contributions extended beyond the battlefield, influencing the development of military doctrine, shaping international relations, and serving as symbols of American resolve. These generals understood the importance of adaptability in the face of evolving challenges. They embraced new technologies, such as radar and code breaking, and adapted their strategies accordingly. Their willingness to challenge conventional thinking and embrace innovation proved crucial in outmaneuvering their adversaries. The legacy of the five-star generals serves as a reminder of the importance of strong leadership, strategic thinking, and unwavering dedication to duty in times of crisis. Their stories continue to inspire and guide military leaders today, reminding them of the enduring values that underpin military service, courage, integrity, and unwavering commitment to the nation.